Hi there. Join our casual conversations for curious, bewildered, and aspiring midlife cannabis queens. Welcome to the Closet Disco Queen podcast, featuring Queenie and TT. So kick off your platform shoes, sit back and get ready to laugh and learn all about adult use cannabis without having to ask a 22-year-old. Let's get rolling.
Well, hello, TT.
Hello, Queenie.
How are we today?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm just great. I've got a little gummy under the tongue.
Gummy under the tongue.
Gummy under the tongue. I think we're both gummying it today.
Yes, with off hours.
Off hours. I'm imbibing with little jelly runts. Jelly runts.
And I am...
RNTZ.
RNTZ. I have some Illuminate.
Illuminate.
Peach mango flavor.
You do tend to go for the fruits.
I like the mangoes.
The fruits, the mangoes. I do believe this was another breast cancer awareness.
It looks like it's all pink.
It's pink, yes. It's called
it's
pink.
called pink.
And it's called pink. So one would assume,
yes,
with all of those
how socially responsible
bits of evidence,
yes,
we can make the assumption. Yes, I've been doing a lot of putting pieces together.
Yes, you have.
To make assumptions. Hello, dear. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, everyone.
Hope everybody enjoyed their birds.
The holiday.
Or whatever you chose to partake in.
Yes, we did not have any bird, but we had all the other fixins. So it was delightful.
Wonderful.
Several pies, yes. It
it
was all good.
Well, I do believe the torch has been passed. I was relieved of my mashed potato mashing duties by my son-in-law, and he did an excellent job. I know. It's been a request. So I'm down to the dressing.
Dressing. Okay. That's important.
And I totally forgot cranberry sauce.
I made it.
Oh.
I made it and I left it in the refrigerator. I forgot to put it on the table.
Oh, well.
So I've been stirring it into my oatmeal every morning.
There you go. Did you just say he just migrated from Siberia into
his spot.
Alaska? The heck was that, Teddy?
You went over the land bridge.
Over the land bridge and then settled in, oh my God, into my bosom. I hope you're comfortable. Who rules the roost here? He just placed himself. Okay. You gotta... I can't hold you for the whole thing. You're making me sit too far away from the microphone. Ted, you are really... He needs a haircut. Don't you, Ted? He's going to play passed out.
Yeah, all of a sudden
I'm sleeping now.
Very heavy.
Good wait. So, yes, we had a lovely time, although we did get a surprise snowstorm.
We did. It was quite the surprise. It was supposed to be some light snow turning to rain.
Yes, I think the whole rain fantasy went away very quickly.
Yeah.
Because the rain-snow line didn't really develop until later, much later.
Much later.
But yes, where my daughter lives, she got, 10 to 14 inches. It was
crazy.
A whole different world up that way. And we ended up here with about 6 to 8. So
wow, we only got maybe 3 or 4. And a lot of it's melted now.
Yeah, so my sister chose not to drive up. My mom, we couldn't go get her, but I saw her the next day. I saw the little bit of snow that Albany County got. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
She's going to think you didn't
I know. It's horrible.
My son drove up from Philly that morning, so it was not a fun drive. But
I can't imagine.
It was rain until, he got outside of Albany.
Yeah.
But then it was pretty icky. Those flakes were so big when it first started. Those great big
heavy
giant
snow. Yeah. So it was It was very pretty.
It was pretty.
But, oh my God, it just came out of like nowhere.
It did. We didn't expect it. My sister the day before had said, "Do you want to hang up the Christmas wreaths outside?" And I said, "Oh, let's do it tomorrow." Ma always waits till the day after Thanksgiving. And it's like, we should have done it yesterday.
Unbelievable.
My son did it for us.
Oh, see?
Nice.
That's nice.
He was in town for his high school reunion, his 20-year reunion.
Okay, so how did that go?
He said it was good.
Where did they have? Oh, and how many did he
They
say?
had a nice time. He didn't say how many people were there, but he was able to chat with some folks who, he
great.
said he didn't recognize anybody. He said all these people. I said, "Didn't you have name badges?" He said, "No." He got to talk to some folks that, and he said it was really interesting to see how, things are with people and after 20 years. And he also came to a huge realization that a lot of the angst that he remembers high school with was in his head. And it was
Didn't we find that?
It was worth it just for that reason to go
right.
back.
Right. You get to a certain point where you realize, oh my God, these people poop and pee like I do.
Right.
And they did in high school too.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I think that's a valuable thing to
really
recognize.
is. Yeah.
And, if for no other reason, that's a great reason to go to a reunion.
Yep. So anyway, that was fun. But, oh my goodness, Coco is not like Charlie.
Uh-oh.
She barked at him the minute he walked in the door. Every time she saw him, she was like, "Arr."
Maybe facial hair?
I think it was the facial hair. His beard is a lot thicker now and white down at the bottom. Anyway, I think it was the beard. Although Marty has a huge red beard, and Marty is Coco's favorite person.
Wow.
So I don't understand. And we thought by the end of the first day, by the end of Thanksgiving Day, she was sitting, my mom lets the dog sit on the couch in her back room. She was sitting on the couch and he was petting her and she was letting him pet her, and all this other stuff. The next morning, it was like he was a complete stranger again. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't it weird? Yeah. I think she would recognize
smell.
I was like sitting next to him, putting my arm around him, like, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." And he was so sweet with her. He was just like being very gentle. And it's okay,
Well, you said, she's a very timid.
Yeah.
Perhaps she was abused by someone that had a dark beard,
I think that's just it. I really do. Yeah. Poor little baby. And I felt bad for him. He texted the other guys and said, "Coco hates me."
Okay, now you can't exchange one set of neuroses about high school for now thinking the dog doesn't like you. So we've got
pretty clear.
Well, it's not you per se.
Hopefully when he comes home for Christmas, things will be better. Oh, the other thing about the dog is, I just mentioned that we don't let her furniture at home, right? Because our dogs have never been furniture dogs. And I've tried to get Honey to bend on this rule because I like to cuddle up with a dog, but he's pretty strict about it. Yes. So last night, Honey went to bed before I did. And my sister had started a jigsaw puzzle and I, did it for like 3 hours. I don't know. I went to bed. I go to get in bed and who's in my spot? The dog. She's laying right next to Honey. And I was like, "Excuse me." But she's, she weighs 60 pounds.
Does she sleep with him?
55 pounds. No, never. Always sleeps on the floor.
Did he think it was you?
No, I don't think so. But
he didn't even realize she was up in bed with him?
No. And then funny. I crawl in and I'm like trying to shove her over a little so I don't fall out the side. And at one point he woke up and he yelled at her. I think because, I had a nightmare last night and I woke up screaming. I even woke up my son. He was like, "Geez, Mom, you had a bad dream last night." I was like, "Yes, I did."
Oh, dear.
But I don't know if Rich reached over to wake me up and felt the dog or what. But then he's like, "Get down. Get down. Get down, get off. Oh
my God! It sounds like a lot was going on.
She moved to the foot of the bed. She wouldn't get down.
Well, I can't say that I blame her.
Bad habits.
Well, oh boy. Our Closet Disco Queen podcast deals with legal adult cannabis use and is intended for entertainment purposes only for those 21 and older. The day after Thanksgiving, I volunteered to accompany my daughter, and 7 girls 12 and under to see Wicked.
Oh, I so want to see it. Was it as good as the show?
It was wonderful.
Oh,
it was wonderful.
I'm so glad.
I was really pleased. It was a little slow in parts in the beginning. Even to say that is really not fair.
Okay.
But it gets like really, really engaging as it goes on. More engaging. And it was only part 1.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's not the whole stage show.
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. It's like
2
before
hours.
intermission.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Goodness.
That's exactly what
When
it is.
are they going to have the second one?
2025. The special effects are great. It's beautifully produced. It really is. It's an outstanding
I've been
film.
reading great reviews, but I'm me, I'm always like, oh, I can't
I
quite
know it's
be
a
as
classic. It would be
good.
like I would feel the same way if someone said, "Oh, we're going to redo Gone with the Wind."
Oh yeah.
I'd say, "Oh
No,
no,
you're not.
I am not
Nope.
going to see that."
Right.
No.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Well, I even wouldn't go see those Lord of the Rings movies when they first came out. Remember that?
Such a purist.
Because I was such a and I didn't see, let's see, my kids had seen the first 2 and the third one had just come out. And they said, we ought to watch all the first 2 again. And then we'll go see the third one in the theaters tomorrow. And I was like, all right, I'll watch them. And they were wonderful.
Ah, see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't quite
Capture.
Well, the characters weren't quite the way I pictured them. Some of them were, but a couple of them were like, I was like, no, that's not what she looks like.
It was really great, and the theater was full.
7 girls.
They all loved it.
Oh,
It was great. It really was great. I can see that is definitely a movie you'd want to see more than once, and it's definitely worth seeing on the big screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to hear.
Apparently, there's a 3D version.
What?
I'm told. So I don't know. I think we might have to try to see that puppy. With some edibles.
With some gummies.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. That'd be a riot.
That'd be like so cool.
So cool.
So I think we need to plan to do that. We'll
Defying gravity.
Put that on the list. A lot of fun.
Good.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
It was
especially with 7 little girls.
We go to a matinee and only pay like $10.
Yeah.
What happened to movie prices?
I don't know.
They've come way down.
That's because nobody's going to movies anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. We can all get it on our TVs.
Honest
or
to goodness.
it.
But it was a delightful film. So I would strongly recommend.
Well, I think I might have mentioned my sister saw Conclave. And she said it was definitely worth seeing.
Now you can rent that at home now.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Maybe
she saw that on the big screen.
Oh, maybe you and Honey want to come up. We can watch it one night.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
My husband like Wicked, that's the burning query. With witches, magic, and no card chases, I'm a little leery. It's got girls, it's got gays, but does it have guys? Explosions? Nah, just a witch that flies. Straight men are scarce in the theater seat. He might survive, but don't expect defeat. If he's into drama, he might just comply. But without some lasers, it's a weak alibi. What's the latest but buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows. What's the latest but buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows.
you do have a story for us today.
I do. I have a local story.
A local story. Local color.
Story from the Times-Union, which is the Capital District area newspaper. And it's about a local farm.
Cool.
Yes. And we actually spoke to a couple of folks from this farm when was a year and a half ago, whatever, 2 years?
A year and a half,
I think,
ago. The roadside farm stands, so to speak. Yes.
Yeah, there was a special name for them. I don't remember now.
The showcase.
The showcase, yes. We spoke to folks from this company, and they're farmers. And their farm is in Hoosick Falls, which is north of Albany in New York. And they are doing very well.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
It was a slog.
But they have about 20 different dispensaries now that they supply their products to. They sell their flour and gummies and pre-rolled joints. In fact, one guy's job is just rolling joints all day.
What a job to have.
Rolls them. And okay, I thought this was kind of funny. His last name is Hash.
Last name of Hash.
Yes. So
what is the name of this farm?
The farm is called Juniper Jill.
Juniper Jill. I have had Juniper Jill pre-rolls.
Oh, so you have had, probably they were rolled by Mr. Hash.
by Mr. Hash's very own hands.
Darren Hash.
Wow.
And he takes pride in seeing people buy his joints, knowing that he had a part in it.
Isn't that something? Wow.
The thing that really impresses me about this enterprise is that they focus so much on creating a community atmosphere. The employees say it's like a family. The owners, two of the co-owners, provide lunch every day. They sit down and they have lunch. They work alongside people communal. In the field. They're just really, they're close. They're personal. So they're able to run a business in a way that makes people feel valued.
That's wonderful.
Which is,
that's
so
half the
different
battle, guys.
from
corporate America.
Exactly.
What we would typically view corporate America to be.
Right.
And yes, I can attest. Yes, that is corporate America. Nasty.
Yep. The other thing that's, that is, they did have a slow start, but these folks are so generous spirited that they were like, well, everybody makes mistakes. No state got it perfect the first time.
Wow.
So things are going much better now.
Because it was rough there for a while. The cannabis farmers in New York had grown enough product to supply the state for the projected number of dispensaries that were supposed to have been opened and operational. And these poor farmers literally had stuff rotting
in their barns. Yeah.
Not they couldn't move.
But now there's over 200 dispensaries.
So
and Juniper Jill actually is having to be selective about the dispensaries that they sell to because
they're more of a boutique type of brand.
Because they just at this point can't. They had a great growing season, but they're not at this point able to ratchet it up anymore.
Correct.
So they're going to be more selective about who carries their product. One of the things, though, that we have talked about, and this is an example of it, it says finances in general have been a struggle for the farm, which has been permanently banned from Venmo and Cash App after using the third-party payment apps to sell CBD products, which are federally legal.
True. Yep. Because they were hemp farmers,
right,
before they transitioned their crops to cannabis. Now it's coming back to me.
So, but this again is an example of how this particular business is
being harmed,
being put through so many more cases than other businesses, and they also. The other thing is because they can't get any grants, any federal farming grants. They are a farm. They grow farming products and they can't, they're not eligible because cannabis isn't legal. Anyway, it's interesting to see the big news boiled down to a smaller, more personal.
Right. So we can identify.
Right.
Plus, it was interesting that we had met these folks. But it was very bleak, very, very bleak for the industry there.
It was.
For quite a while.
It was,
and I believe a number of farmers probably did
lose
a lot of money and
Yep.
their livelihood.
Yep.
But the other thing I've noticed, and I'm hoping this isn't the case, but we've gone from having 0 or 1 dispensary to choose from locally to now it seems like every week.
Yeah.
There's a new dispensary opening.
And I'm seeing more advertising for it too.
Yeah. Yeah. For example, the other day when we went to see the movie, I picked the girls up in Scotia. We went took Route 5 into Schenectady. There is a brand new dispensary being built within a very old building, lovely building on the corner, almost right near SCCC and 890 right there.
Yeah.
And it's another female-owned business, or at least it's named Madam. I can't remember what the last thing is, but it's Madam. And it looks like a Dutch heritage building. It's definitely an older structure in the city, so it'll be very attractive. So that's there. And then right around the corner near the casino is another one.
Really?
Yeah, Cannabis City. And I'm sure there's probably, and the one on Union Street. So I'm just hoping that we're not oversaturating.
Right. Well, and that's gonna, that's the market for you. It'll probably be people that,
Because there's some really small dispensaries, and I just don't see how they can compete with, for example, Royale.
Right.
That's a very large space, and their inventory is huge.
Right.
But I guess, you build up your loyal customers. And
right. And
true. Very true. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it, but it's amazing how we went from one extreme to the next.
Yeah. Yeah. First, not enough dispensaries, and now for the product, and then there's too much product, and now there's,
lots of dispensaries,
and they're having to compete for the product. So
wow. And the other thing we saw, there are multi-state brands that are still waiting to get their processing permits or facilities in New York, so they can start providing the gummies and tinctures and those types of things, because they have to be processed in New York.
They have to be processed. Right. Yeah. That's part of the New York rules.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Oh my God.
It's been an interesting couple of years.
Yeah. But I have to say, the new
Office of Cannabis Management.
Yeah. Once the
head
new
honcho,
people jumped in, things have been rolling right out.
Yep.
And I think we've moved beyond the equity.
I think so.
We're into just, free for all for retail,
just,
really.
Free market. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is exciting too. So, wow, we'll keep an eye on this. But yes, a nice local story.
Yeah.
Juniper Jill.
Good for you, Juniper Jill.
And Hoosick Falls is right on the border of Vermont. My sister used to live out that way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And Buskirk. We were there for the tornado. Oh, that was so much fun. We don't get tornadoes here. No, we don't. Oh my God, it was awful. Horrible.
We are pleased to welcome back for your enduring podcast pleasure. Is it a strain or figment of Queenie's brain?
So, TT, tell me, are you ready to play? Is it a strain or a figment of Queenie's brain?
I'm ready to play.
She's ready to play. This week's selection is Black African Magic.
Ooh, Black African Magic.
Is that a strain or is it figmentary? See, I just went to Wicked, and if you recall, they murderized the language.
Right.
Murderous.
Black African Magic. Or was it African Black Magic?
Black African Magic.
Okay.
Is it indeed a strain?
I think it's a strain.
And what has led you to that? You didn't even wow. You didn't even think out loud. You're just dialing it in now.
Yeah. Well, I can always expound. after the fact.
Oh, who can't?
I thought it was I think it's a strain because of the magic part.
Because of the magic part.
Because it's magical.
It's magically delicious.
It's magic weed. It's a
magic weed.
Magic plant. Anyway, as we're musing here, there, and everywhere, I do think it's a strain.
Thinks it's a real strain.
I do.
Well, TT, I'm happy to tell you you're correct.
Oh.
It is a strain. It's a real strain. It's a very rare strain.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Okay. Customers tell us that Black African magic effects include energy, euphoria, and creativity. Sounds like my kind of strain.
Uh-huh.
Earthy, woody, and spicy are the dominant flavors. And it helps with anxiety, depression, and stress. It's very energizing. So remember that. Black African magic can help you with feeling more energetic, more creative, and more talkative. There you go.
And you said it's rare.
It is a more rare strain.
Oh, interesting.
There.
All right.
Rare.
As spatial.
Oh, TT, where's the spark you had, the thrill you used to show? You're dialing it in, not even pretending, and it's breaking me, you know. I gave my heart to this guessing game, now it's all in vain. Your virginal enthusiasm's gone, replaced with all disdain. Strain or figment, or what's the truth? You've turned your back on the joy of youth. Dial it in, letting it die. TT, don't leave me with questions, why?
Oh no, here we go.
Does cannabis raise your blood pressure?
There's a great question. Someone's concerned. Huh?
Yes.
That's too bad. But let's look. Let's find out.
Your listener is asking the right questions, darling. Cannabis can affect blood pressure, but whether it sends it soaring or sinking depends on factors like dosage, consumption method, and individual quirks. Here's the scoop. Immediate effects. THC might briefly raise blood pressure, like running into an old flame, then lower it as blood vessels relax. This can make some feel lightheaded. Chronic use. Regular use might help lower baseline BP, but don't toss the meds just yet. CBD versus THC. If BP is a big worry, CBD-heavy products are the calmer choice. No psychoactive drama. Here are those canna-conscious tips. Start small, monitor effects, and don't cannonball into the deep end of the gummy jar. Tinctures or edibles may be gentler than smoking or vaping. Stay hydrated. Parched vibes can make dizziness worse. Stick to regulated products, not mystery stash. Chat with your doc for tailored advice. She should start slow, pay attention to her body, and enjoy the ride like a classic 70s groove, one smooth track at a time.
Well, that was really informative.
So do you think that's, does that surprise you? Any of that surprise you? Any of that information? I think you advised this individual well.
Oh, thank you. I think I did, though I wasn't aware of the little initial spike.
Correct.
So, I don't know that, well, maybe, I guess, that initial feeling high thing.
Yeah.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
it's not sustained.
Right. It's not.
That
no.
would be an issue.
Right. Right.
But again,
it's
as
probably
we say,
like
we're not
like when you have a
physicians,
drink of
right,
wine.
We're not
right?
healthcare professionals.
Right.
So as Mary Jane says, see how you feel.
Yep.
Take it low and slow.
And talk to your doctor.
Talk to your doctor if you're that concerned, I suppose.
And cannabis, we love it.
We love it.
But, just like alcohol doesn't agree with me, cannabis might not agree
That's
with
true.
everybody.
Could have
so
a
you have to
effect.
listen to your body. I would say though, try different types of delivery methods. If you're finding one that isn't quite your cup of tea, so to speak. I would say, don't give up after one try. I would, I would do
has this person been using cannabis right along?
Right. Has been using gummies to help with relaxation and sleep, and heard somewhere along the line that it causes high blood pressure, and was very, worried. I think your anxiety about this is probably causing you to have high blood pressure. Yeah. So, but yeah, just wanted to make sure that she's doing everything she can to be healthy.
If you're taking a gummy to help you sleep,
and it's helping you sleep,
it's a 5 or 10 milligram,
your blood pressure is not going up if it's helping you sleep. Yeah.
I mean, all this stuff sounds logical.
It does. But again, we are not doctors.
Well, yeah, we're also under the influence. Okay. Everything sounds good right now. Yeah. Sounds really great.
I know. I'm like, eat ice cream every night. I know.
Oh, speaking of which.
What?
That Tillamook ice cream.
Oh, the Tillamook. Oh.
I'd never
ever had
before.
Tillamook is...
And on Instacart, those containers look huge.
They do.
And
they're not. They cost a lot of money.
They cost a lot of money, but oh my.
What kind did you get?
Chocolate chip cookie dough, of course. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so like creamy.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's the creamiest.
There is a difference. Oh my goodness.
You should try the chocolate peanut butter.
Oh.
That's what you bought me.
I don't know if I can. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have
so
yummy. But Thanksgiving meal, that was so freaking good. I don't eat lunch usually, blah, blah.
Right.
I had that plate was freaking full from side to side.
Yep.
Oh, it was, I ate every bit of it.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then I had a little slice of apple and a little slice of pumpkin on top of it.
Oh
my God.
I had a slice each of pumpkin and squash.
Oh,
my sister was supposed to make pecan, but she was going to make it because it's her daughter's favorite.
Ooh.
And her daughter that morning said, "Mom, don't feel like you have to make it." And she didn't.
Oh.
She gave her absolution.
You may proceed with doing nothing. That's great. I did not have any pecan pie. I do like pecan pie, but oh my God, my daughter made both of the pies, Lauren. I'm telling you, I'm giving it up. Oh, and Ryan fried a turkey.
What?
And we had a roasted turkey. So we had...
You had both?
Yeah, they're both about 12 pounds.
Oh my God, that's a lot of turkey.
Well, we were expecting at least 3 more people than we had.
Yeah, right.
But the difference, both turkeys were very moist, and the flavor on both of them. But these guys did a great job. Kevin took care of the one turkey. Ryan did the other one. Oh, really? Well, and Megan and I, of course, were fighting over the fried turkey skin. So good. But, that reminded me of my father.
Oh.
He and I used to fight over pulling the skin off the turkey. My mother would be shrieking.
I'd always like
"Don't do that! Take all, it'll dry out if you take the skin off. And that's not good for you. You shouldn't be eating that. That's just fat. It's nothing but fat." Well, that's why it tastes so good. It's the best possible thing.
Really good.
Oh my God, it was so good. Yeah, we'd sneak into the kitchen and,
pick at it.
Try to get there before the other one and then, swat each other away. Oh, but I think we almost picked it clean. It was very good. It was delicious.
Skinless turkey.
Skinless. We yes. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah, it was. What a great meal.
I can't. Could you imagine eating like that every day?
No, absolutely not. Oh God, no.
I was so full. I was uncomfortable. I was so full.
I was not uncomfortable though. I was full, but boy,
I took the dog out for a walk through the ball. I was like, I got to do something to create a little space here.
Oh my God, it was
so good,
so freaking good. Oh my God. It was one of my favorite meals. I do like those flavors all together.
Yeah. Oh, the mushing them together is so good. Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum. Even though I forgot the cranberry sauce.
Well, I told you I made cranberry sauce and left it in the fridge. Realized it at the end of the meal.
I got shit for that too. Rightly so. It was a misunderstanding. My daughter and I both thought each other said we were gonna.
Okay. How do you fix it?
I just buy the can of the jellied cranberry
you just
sauce.
Plop it out.
That's what they all love.
Okay.
Of course. That's what I grew up on, but I know people make it with real
cranberries and oranges and
yeah.
walnuts.
Oh.
And you know what I've been doing is stirring it into my oatmeal in the morning. It's so good.
Yummy.
Yeah, really good.
That does sound delicious. See, we grew up with
Too
the
bad
jelly.
I forgot it. Yeah, well, we didn't. My mom always made this kind, and but there were other people in the family that liked my husband. Honey likes the jelly, especially he was saying, especially the part where the rings are from the can. You can see. Yes.
I love cutting the jelly because you use a steak knife and it just goes. I cut it, slice it, and then I take the knife and I go.
Oh, really?
Right down the middle, and it just goes. And I have the perfect plate that fits a can of cranberry sauce, absolutely width and length, perfectly. Looks like, depression glass. It's an old piece, but it's
right.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's fun.
But that's the way you cut. That's the way you cut.
That's what you do.
The good way to
You
cut
don't
up.
just leave it in a little column.
In a column, you just goop out of it. No, I always slice it. Oh, man. Well, because I like cutting into it.
It does. There's something about
what is that?
The
yes,
consistency.
With the knife going through it.
The resistance.
Well,
almost
probably
no
appealing to some primal thing or
right,
something.
Yeah.
When we're stabbing people or running them through. With swords.
With your sword.
That's a story for another day. For sure.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a delightful day.
Well, enjoy
I
your
hope
week.
everybody has a wonderful week. And maybe the snow will melt, but I'm not thinking so.
I
think
don't
we're in
think
this
so.
for the long haul.
Yep.
Okay, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us at the Closet Disco Queen podcast. Grab a brownie or doobie, pass us to your friends, and be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. And be sure to leave us a 5-star review as it helps others find us. Peace out.
What does it mean if your husband doesn't realize until you are experiencing a cauchemar that he's been sleeping soundly in a full size, aka double bed under the evening star, until you have succeeded in shifting the 60-pound lump of immovable canine without waking him up, in this double bed of mine. What does it mean if your husband doesn't realize until you are experiencing a cauchemar that he's been sleeping soundly in a full size, aka double bed under the evening star, until you have succeeded in shifting the 60-pound lump of immovable canine without waking him up.